Hi Taurus, how are we today? Welcome to my channel. I am a brand new channel, so please like and subscribe. Anyone that does comment on any of my videos um, will be sort of in the running for a free personal reading when I do hit 100 subscribers. So please leave a comment and let me know how the read resonates for you. And of course, subscribe so you can keep updated when that comes around as well. Now today we're going to be doing the singles reading. I will be asking a little bit about the past energies there, but we are sort of more focused on the near future, what's coming in for us, what's surrounding us at this time. So it is a love reading, but we do find sometimes we do have other elements of our life sort of popping in and letting us know need to focus on this at the moment rather than love, but you never know until sort of we see what cards are coming out for you there. But just getting started for you straight away there, Taurus. Looking at Taurus and the energy Taurus are in currently when it comes to love and romance. Okay, and I'll just quickly draw that past and a general present, which we'll get more into in a moment. Okay, so we've got your energy there. Now I will draw a quick past, present, and future to go with that. Whoa, I'll leave that one there. Okay, past, present, and future for Taurus, please. We will get into those a little bit more in depth once we get started. But just starting there with your energy at the moment there, we have the broom as well as the garden there as well. So I'm just keep moving my light and not being able to work out where the best little spot is to look at those cards. Sorry. But yeah, so with the garden there, we do find that is quite a sort of sociable element. So it's talking about, with the broom, the broom really does talk about sweeping out the old. In the traditional Lenormand, this particular deck has swapped the scythe for two separate cards, this being one of them. So this one really does talk about, breaking free of past things that we want to sort of sweep away and remove from our life. So now sort of really being a strong time for you in your energy to get rid of all that old energy that's not serving you anymore, and focus on, maybe meeting somebody new. With this garden card, it does talk about, places to meet, getting out there, so if you have been spending quite a lot of time alone, now sort of we are moving into a period of becoming a little bit more sociable, getting out and about a little bit more. So that's, really good for you guys as well. But yeah, like I said, really just sweeping away any past energy that you do find around you at this time, and really sort of focusing on the more sociable elements of yourself there. So, if you're an extrovert by nature, that'll probably come really easily to you, getting out there and whatnot. But if you are more of an introverted person, it can just talk about, even restful areas that are more social. So, going to like a public garden and just sitting and enjoying the sunshine or whatever may be suitable for you and your particular self. It can talk about, an actual garden as well. So, if you are into a bit of gardening, getting out there and spending some time in the garden somewhere nice and restful as well. So it can sort of really help you build up a positive energy at this time. Okay, and so with the general past, present, future there, okay, so we are seeing for the past energy there the mouse card. So I will ask a little bit more specific about that one as well. But the past, as a past card energy there, that can be talking quite a lot about, feeling like we have lost something in our romantic love life. You may have broken up with somebody fairly recently, and, really feeling that sense of loss in the more recent past that's sort of coming through, has possibly been, nibbling away at you a little bit. Some of the things, to do with that past relationship may have sort of been heavy on your mind, but we'll just clarify that one for you there. So clarity for the mice as a past energy, please. Okay, so for clarity on that one there, we have got the mountain, the child, and the wheel as well. So the wheel is pretty unique to this particular deck. I'll just double check for you there. I've got yeah, as I said, it is unique to this sort of deck one. As you can see, it is numbered number 43, which the traditional Lenormand does only go up to 36. So we do have some extra energy running around with this particular deck. But the mountain there, so you may feel as though you did put quite a lot of work into this past situation, only for that stone to fall back down and for that to be completely lost. But keeping in mind that when we do put in hard work in the past, it's looking at how we did achieve all. Look at this little person here. They've carried this stone this whole way. You know what I mean? So not allowing yourself some credit for getting to that point to start with, and not worrying so much about the loss, where you have slipped back down that mountain by the feel of that there. Yeah. So, and with the child, if you and this person in the past maybe had children together or a child together. Otherwise, that's actually going to be talking about some elements within that past relationship of immaturity, or someone not dealing with things from their childhood. So, like, having some childhood stuff, and the way that they've dealt with things in a childish sort of manner, not sort of really being dealt with and looked at. So that mountain can also talk about putting in some work around, your personal, the way that you're looking at relationships, and the way that the way that you're thinking about past relationships. Make sure you're aware of removing any immaturity in the way that you are thinking about things, and also, if you are seeing any sort of patterns or cycles coming through, in your past that is still sort of affecting you now. If you are seeing any cycles there, really sort of looking at those child aspects. So, things that you may have learned from the way you were raised as a child, things that happened to you in your childhood, that may have made this feel like more hard work than what it needed to be, or may have had that sort of immature element coming out in the relationship, and in those past energies. But yeah, that's definitely talking about cycles with the wheel. We do see, the red string of fate quite strong in this imagery there as well. So it really does talk about, cycles. Comparatively, it can be very similar to the Wheel of Fortune card in tarot. So if you do know a little bit about tarot, we all know that that's sort of talking about, cycles quite a lot as well. So, this really does talk about cycles, and sort of that, making sure we're dealing with the cycles that we've gone through in the past, and making sure we're not sort of bringing those back around in the future and just getting stuck on this little reel, where it's just reeling in the exact same thing. So really wanting to make some changes in order to end these cycles. But then we're seeing for the present energy, for going along with your garden and broom energy there, where we're sort of really wanting to sweep away those things in the past. So there may be a few little things you want to look at when it does come to immaturity within past relationships, either your own or the person's immaturity within those past relationships. But also really focusing on, closing out those cycles and sweeping those into the past where they belong. Yeah, so maybe taking a little bit of a restful period at the moment, and really trusting in the universe at this current time. We do have the hourglass there. So that is my divine timing card with this deck. Once again, another card that is unique to this paper oracle deck, the hourglass there. So it really, really does talk about divine timing. So you've done things that are, you've set the timer and it's just allowing the sand to fall through. Now, the sands of time kind of vibe. Sometimes it's that need to rush on into things can be present for us all, but it's really talking about, just letting the sand fall when it will, taking things as they come, and sort of trusting in the universe, or God, or whatever you believe, just trusting that things will happen when they are supposed to happen. It can be, for anyone like me who does struggle a little bit with patience, it can be a confronting card to see popping out, especially in that present position, because it's really telling you that at the moment you just need to sit still, and take things as they come, go with the flow a little bit more there at the moment as well. Now, in the future element, we are seeing that you are quite emotional about what the future might bring. But right next to the divine timing card, that is also going to speak strongly to following your intuition as well. So with that divine timing and the moon joint together there, we do really want to be following our intuition. So now is not really the sort of time, but in the near future your intuition is going to sort of tell you something. It's going to let you know when it's time to start making those moves, if you do need to. So I'll get some extra clarity on the moon and the near future for Taurus, please. Okay, so we are definitely seeing a person coming through in the near future there. You may possibly also have um, two new people coming on through in the near future for you, Taurus. We are seeing a more masculine presence there. That is the masculine card. In the traditional decks, it's the male, but I prefer the masculine energy anyway, because, we're not wanting to genderize anybody, but so someone who is sitting a bit more in their masculine energy will be bringing around new chances, new chapters that you can sort of jump on into. So as to whether that is a love, I'm not seeing any, outright loving romantic things jumping on out at me. So this even could just be a friend who's giving you that opportunity to move forward when it does come to, love arena. We do find that, yeah, especially with the masculine, sometimes that can be a parental figure as well. So maybe turning to people for a bit of advice at this time on how you want to start your new chapters. I really feel like we're looking at a time period for you at the moment, Taurus, where we're in a bit of a rest period at the moment, but we will soon be opening that book and heading into those new chapters and writing a whole new cycle for yourself, because with that wheel on the table, we do have new cycles coming on in with the book. So I really feel that those two go together. As for one particular person who may be important to you in your life, whether that's a male figure, giving you some sort of advice on where to go to now, what things you need to sort of consider when it does come to writing that story of what comes next. Or it could actually be a love type relationship that is going to open that chapter for you. So not, like I said, it's not entirely clear what we're talking about when that comes to that particular person. It's just somebody who's going to bring in new changes and new chapters to the book of your life. Now, we are seeing a second person here with the non-binary. Okay, so I'm feeling that this might be somebody that you're actually interested in, Taurus, but they are actually in a very self mode at the moment. So they're sort of not even outwardly showing a masculine or a feminine traits there. They are just sort of in that non-binary energy. So we are really sort of seeing that they are definitely focused on themselves at the moment. So if there is someone that you are interested in the future that you haven't, they haven't been a part of your past when it comes to love, now's sort of not really the time to be jumping on into anything with that particular person, because they are in this bear energy, and the bear energy is quite defensive, and they do sort of stand in their own power. It's like a little mama bear protecting her cubs. Okay, so if you get too close, the claws come out type of vibe. If you are interested in someone in particular, um, I feel like this would be talking about this person, and sort of just telling you that now's not really the time to be approaching that person. They are standing on guard at this sort of time, at the moment. Now, I will get a little bit of extra clarity for both those two people I'm seeing there. Okay, so what are the potential love outcomes with the masculine that's coming on in for Taurus, please? And potential love outcomes for this non-binary energy that is coming in for Taurus, please. Okay, so I'm seeing with the non-binary energy, I have got the fish card coming on through. So that kind of, they could be an Aquarius or a Pisces. That's the fish energy does sort of speak to both those energies. It also can be a Gemini with the fish energy as well. So Aquarius, Pisces, or Gemini may be this non-binary energy we're looking at here. But I really feel that, even though we are looking at potential abundance with this person, I'm really feeling that it's more a financial aspect at this time. They are really focused on other things, to be completely honest. This may be someone that you work with, that sort of a thing. But they are, there is a financial connection. So, if you can, if you do know who this person is that is in this non-binary sort of energy, that non-binary could also be referring to, we're looking at a platonic relationship here, or a work relationship rather than a love relationship. So, with them being in that bear energy, they do have quite a lot of strength and power when it does come to finances. So if you recognize this person as somebody, that you're wanting to invest with, in a more business type sense, then this could be a great opportunity. So like I said, sometimes the love readings do like to talk about things that aren't necessarily love. But yeah, I'm just getting a financial sort of vibe of that fish card coming in with the bear. So even if it is a potential love relationship, that's sort of saying they're just going to be too protective of their finances as well. So maybe they've had some history in the past with, the need to be overprotective of finances when it comes to relationships as well. So even if that is a love relationship, unfortunately, I'm not really seeing any huge potential with that particular person. Um, but you will know for your own situation. And of course, if it doesn't resonate, you can always flip the reading, or, check your moon or Venus sign as well. And you may find you resonate more with those. But back to that initial masculine energy that we had there, that masculine energy, we have pulled the key for a clarifier there. So in a love reading, the key can talk about a really potentially successful relationship with this person, and with the book there as well. Yeah, definitely, because they both have that element of opening, so opening up to each other and opening a new chapter in your life, opening that new doorway. Once when you do close out these old cycles, doors will open for you with whoever this masculine energy is. So the key really is a success card. And so it really does talk about successful ventures, successfully writing this new adventure with this person. So whoever that particular person is, we are seeing some really fantastic potential with this particular person. So I'm feeling like, what I've got the feel of here is there's one that you're got your eyes on, but then there's someone who's got their eyes on you. So, that will sort of resonate different for everybody, but I'm seeing that this one is sort of the pick of the litter, so to speak. They're the one that really is standing out to me as, bringing in a lot of success for you when it comes to love. They may, even if it doesn't end up being like a long-term thing, that success sometimes can just talk about, success for your path as well, giving you the things that you need in this life to find that true love that you're looking for, or whatever it might be. But I will grab some oracle there. So I'll just grab an oracle for you just in general, Taurus, but I really I'm a bit nosy, so I want to see a specific oracle for each of those people as well. So we'll look at an oracle for Taurus, please. An oracle for this masculine energy that's coming towards Taurus, please. And a oracle for the non-binary there, please, as well. Okay, so when it comes to the oracle I've drawn for you today, Taurus, I am seeing the camera coming through. So that's talking about reminiscing, keepsakes, perceptions, learning from the past in order to make new memories. So we're really looking, back to the whole past section I did there, where we are really looking at things that have happened in the past, being a bit on your mind, nibbling away at you a little bit there. So that's sort of definitely making sense straight away. And now, interestingly enough there, for the non-binary, I have the chaser. I have drawn the chaser card there. So that does say chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. So, yeah, I feel as though that's exactly what I was sort of saying before with that as well, that you are interested in this person. You are playing that chaser role, and they are like, they're in their bear energy. So they're more than happy to sort of run away and ignore any potential that you guys might have at this current time. They're sort of really backing away a little bit from that chaser energy. With the fish card, I'm not saying that there's no potential there at all, because there may be. It's just not coming in the near future. It might be something a bit, off in the distance a little bit more. But yeah, so just being really aware of that chaser runner dynamic. You don't need to chase love. Attract love, don't chase love. I'm still trying to learn that one for myself. Don't you worry. But the lovely energy we had with that masculine energy, I have drawn the wedding rings card there. So, that's a pretty straightforward card. I think everyone's going to have an idea of what that means. So it does talk about soul connections, eternal love, everlasting promises, unions, and yeah, obviously weddings and marriage. So there definitely is a successful long-term connection with that more masculine figure. So, if you are interested in two particular people, personally, I'd be looking toward that more masculine energy, regardless of whether they're a male or a female or otherwise. They probably are going to have somewhat more masculine traits, be a little bit more of a dominating type person than the other one who's sitting in this bear energy there. Yeah, so I think that's all we've got for you today, Taurus, with your singles. What I might do though, I will grab another deck for us today and just get a general future of what's coming up for Taurus in love. Just a quick general on top of that all, because we sort of trying to look a little bit more in depth today. So I will just grab a few extra just for a general, what's most important for Taurus to know coming up in their love life. What's most important for Taurus to know coming up in their love life, please. I did have one fly out. Which was the Lily flying on out at us today. So this is the Reynas do Fogo deck, the Fire Queens deck. So it's a very passionate deck as well. So that's why it does like to fly cards at me quite a lot. But yeah, the Lily, when it comes to upcoming in your romantic life, we can be looking forward to a lot of intimacy, so whether that be physical intimacy or just that emotional intimacy. I really feel that emotional element coming through with that, and definitely potential for long term. The Lily is a long term card. So you definitely have some long-term possibilities and some really great opportunities with intimacy headed your way as well. And so then we do see the fox energy, which does kind of play along with that bear energy as well. So I think once again, we're just looking at, that's the most important thing for you to know about these two energies is one, is going to be much more intimate energy and has that potential for the long term. And with the fox energy, they're focused on their own survival at this current time. They do have pretty strong boundaries with that bear card, but also, there is an element when it comes to particular, like specific people, there is an element of, potential, a little bit of deception, not so much deception, but like just saying whatever they think you want to hear, not necessarily the truth, or, like twisting words just to make it sound better or something like that. So it can be a little bit, they do try to be really cunning and clever about the way that they come across. But once again, that is a business type card as well. So that's definitely matching up with that bear energy as well. So like I said, I wouldn't normally, tell people what to do or anything like that. But yeah, personally, I would sort of be sticking with that more masculine energy, the non-binary type energy. It doesn't really feel as though it's got 100% to do with you. They're more sort of stuck on their own self at this current time, Taurus. But you'll know, and if that resonated, you'll know which one I'm talking about and what makes sense for you. Like I said, more than welcome to flip things or check your other placements as well. But thanks very much for your time today, Taurus, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you.